Hey you guys, this super quick training that I wanted to put out there for you, and it has to do with the 7 martial arts lessons that we would implement, in my opinion, in almost every area of your life, in your relationships, in your martial arts, in your self-defense, in your relationship to yourself. I think this is critically important, but this video is about how to implement these martial arts lessons in light of working with kids. So the first martial arts lesson is be aware. Okay, so in light of taking care of kids, being around children all day long, you have to be able to scan the room all the time. If you're in the charge of a group of 15 or more children, 8 or more children even, I mean, you just have to be continually aware. It is a constant state of awareness of what's going on with each child. You have to have your ears open for what's happening with the children. You have to have your eyes scanning what's going on with each of the children. You have to be willing to step up to the plate and step in and ask questions. Always a be aware game with kids, always, okay? 7 martial arts lesson, second martial arts lesson, take no offense. Okay, children say really ridiculous things. It's really important not to take offense at the child. They will say just like these random things that could be construed as insults. We don't need to take offense. You just let it roll off you like a duck. Feathers of the duck that let water roll off them. You just be like, all right, that was not a kind thing to say. Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way, but then you continue on because your goal is to bring light and love to these children. That's the goal. Martial arts lesson number 3, nobody can make you anything. Again, this kind of goes with the take no offense thing. You know, if one of the kids calls you mean, or one of the kids says they hate you, or one of the kids says that you're a bully, that doesn't make you a bully. Everything is transitory with children. You know, one minute they're telling you they hate summer camp, the next minute they love it. Literally. So just be aware of that. Martial arts lesson number 4, don't push back. Okay, if it goes with bullies, right? Or somebody who's having a bad day, if you push up against them and be like, ah, like this, they're going to respond in a negative way. So super important to not push back on someone when they're having a bad day. Now there's a difference between pushing back on them and directing them strongly. That's different. You can have a child that is having a really terrible day and you can say, I know you can do this. Let's move it in this direction. Which way do you want to go? This way or this way? And the one you want is the more likable one. The one that they want is not going to bring the good results. Well, do you want to play Kid Cave this afternoon? Oh, okay. Well, you know our rule. You have to participate in everything, all the activities in Kid Cave. I mean, all the activities throughout the day. And then you can participate in Kid Cave. Would you rather not participate in Kid Cave? You could sit up at the front with Miss Streacker. She's awful scary. And then just let that sink in. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, I understand. I guess I'll do what you want me to. Which way do you want to do it? Would you like to step on this blue bag or would you like to step on this black bag? And you give them a choice. So you're the adult. You're the one in charge. You direct them the way you want them to go. You point them in the direction you want them to go. But you don't push back and butt heads with them, become like two bulls like this, okay? Martial arts lesson number 5. This I think is my most effective one. Use surprise. If something's not working with them, switch it up. Make it so they have to listen. They will tune you out if all you ever do is yell at them. They'll also tune you out if you don't talk very loud and you're sitting there, please listen to me. You have to use surprise. So if something's not working and they're not sure what's happening, you switch it up. And then you will get compliance from the children because they'll be like, oh, this is different and this is new. You know, coach is doing something way different. Let's listen and figure out what's happening here, right? All different ways you can use surprise. Instead of like we are normally do line up over here, we're going to line up and sit on our knees in warrior position. Instead of getting out on the mats, we're going to make a circle first and you're going to whisper. Instead of sitting in the chairs with your hands on your knees, make them all stand up straight and look at the table. Instead of, you know, when we go outside, we do this kind of thing. You have to pre-frame it, right? Use surprise. You're going to do this kind of thing. Everybody's going to hop on one foot. Okay. Instead of waiting quietly and silently, we're all going to hum a little tune, you know? So if you use surprise, you may be really surprised how well the children behave because they're not bored. They're not trying to find some sort of entertainment amidst each other, and then they get themselves into trouble. Yeah? Okay, martial arts lesson number 6, embrace and relax. Embrace the discomfort and chaos and the noise and relax into somebody's emotion. So let's say you have most of the children are doing a craft and everything's going really well, and then one child gets very, very upset. Okay, so we need to embrace that, allow it to be. I hear you're upset. Relax into it. I get upset that way too. How do the best kids behave? Relax into it. Okay? A lot of times our own child rearing comes up in the picture, like we get upset when we see somebody else upset. We feel uncomfortable when we see somebody else angry because our own child rearing pops up, and then, you know, we're facing our own personal demons. Time to finish up those personal demons. You're here for the children. You're here to make this their best time possible. You're here to change their lives. You're here to make them confident, respectful, and just fantastic young adults at some point in their future. So keep your focus, right? Embrace the negative emotion, relax, redirect. And then finally, martial arts lesson number 7, tap out and return. I mean, the last two, embrace and relax and tap out or return, are jujitsu. They're ground fighting skills. So not something you would think about, right? But sometimes you just need to get away from the child that is really pushing your buttons and making it really difficult. And you need to say, I need a timeout. You know, can you take over with this child? And that's just honest. Sometimes you need to tell the child, you know what? I'm really having a hard time. Can we take a quick timeout and lay on our backs? Because I feel like I want to pull my hair out. And it's not cool. And and then you return. And you say, because I need a timeout doesn't mean I'm gone forever. And again, that's our child rearing coming back into us. You know, I know for me, whenever I considered somebody angry at me and leaving and taking time out, my thinking was they were never going to return based on some experience I'd had in the past. And so it filled me with a lot of fear and anxiety. But if you can reassure a child, listen, I just need a time to just step away. So-and-so's going to be here to make sure you're okay. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back. You reassure that child that you will return. So tap out and return. So the 7 martial arts lessons, again, be aware. Always be scanning the room, checking for what's going on with the children. Notice too when there's like little surreptitious bullying going on. You know, sometimes the child that is reacting is not actually the bully. They're just defending themselves. The bullies are the ones that are kicking the chair under the radar, or pulling on their shirt, or messing up their stuff, or scribbling on their art. And why would we expect a child to respond in anything other than anger when somebody mistreats them, right? Okay, be aware. Take no offense. Whatever children say, it's so silly sometimes. Just you as a person need to not take offense. Nobody can make you anything. I don't care if they call you names. That's not who you are. You know who you are. You're a person who is interested in helping kids be their best. That's who you are, and you keep that firmly in place. Don't push back. Don't get into a fighting match with your child. Don't do it. It won't work. You tell them, here's one choice, here's another choice. I'm the adult. This is what you're going to do. And you be as clear as that. Use surprise, in my opinion, my most favorite one, because it keeps kids on their toes. They don't get bored with what you're doing. They don't think they got you figured out. They know that you're safe, but you're interesting, and you're fun, and you're funny, and you make them laugh, that kind of thing. Embrace and relax. Negative emotion is really hard to deal with. Embrace it, relax into it, direct them, and then tap out and return. When you need to step away, you should step away. If you're going to get angry and get into taking offense and being a bull, it's time to step away and ask someone else to recover and reassure the child, I just need a moment. I will be back. All right, so that's all I got for you guys. I hope that helps. I'll have this out for you as well so you can read it. Thanks.